Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to another issue of Free Play Fridays at 4, as Suba says, for the foreseeable future.
Indeed.
A couple little bits to let you know about. For those of you who are new to this, if you want to watch this and you're watching it on Facebook, we recommend watching it on YouTube. The picture's slightly better, but Facebook is still perfectly good. Regardless of what platform you're watching on, we love connecting with you and we love to know who's watching. So please put a little comment in saying, hello, we're here and we're watching, just so we know that you're there.
And also make sure that you put on your headphones. We've got some serious hi-fi going on over here, not just with our 3-camera shoot, but also with the audio gear that we're using. And we've heard in previous weeks that people who made the switch from their computer speakers over to headphones were very, very happy for doing so.
All right, and this is a pay-what-you-can event. You're, of course, welcome to watch this for free. We're just happy to have you there, but if you do want to contribute to keep this series going, the information is down at the screen. Take a look at the thing called YouTube, or rather paypal.me/freeplayduo. It should be coming up very shortly, and that's how you can contribute if you wish to.
Purple and fancy.
Purple and fancy. We're just upping the production value every week. By the time we get this thing done, we'll have a whole TV show going.
Right? Exactly. Oh, well, we're very happy that you're all tuning in. It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy 10 days, particularly south of the border, but also around the world. We hope that you're staying safe and staying healthy and doing what it is that you need to do to understand this time, to get through this time. We're going to start with a tune that we love, and we brought it together particularly for quarantine purposes. We are very thankful and very lucky to be at home in our stay-at-home orders together, and so we give you just the two of us.
One, two, three, four.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make these rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometimes, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us, just the two of us, building our castles in the sky, just the two of us, you and I.
We look for love, no sign or tears, wasting water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things will come to those who wait, but not for those who wait too late. We gotta go for what we know.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building our castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. I hear the crystal raindrops fall on the window down the hall, and it becomes the morning dew.
And darling, when the morning comes and I see the morning sun, I wanna be the one with you.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building our castles up on high. Just the two of us. You and I. Just the two of us.
just the two of
We
us.
can make it just the two of us, you and I. Thank you so much. And of course, we want to say a little rest in peace to Bill Withers, who brought us that tune. Such a beautiful song, and really fun to do with just the intimacy of two voices. And that brings us to the next part of our show, and that is with some live looping. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, I think we've got a lot of usual suspects, actually. But we do live looping as well, which means that we record ourselves live in front of you, and we add multiple harmonies, and we overdub rhythms and things like that, so that we can sound like a lot more than just two voices.
And as we go through that, we'll let you know that everything you're hearing is 100% live. There are no backing tracks. Nothing is pre-recorded. We're just recording ourselves live in real time with this live looping. Now, we could take some time to describe exactly how this works, but what we'd rather do is just demonstrate it for you and talk you through it. And it's going to go a little something like this. We're going to start by adding a couple of vocal percussion tracks. Now that we've got our foundation down, we're going to put down 4 parts for guitar and bass, like this. But this song has 2 parts to it, so now we have to add the 4-part harmony for the B section of the song. I like this. Now we've got all the parts we need to sing the song. This one is an audience sing-along, so we want to hear you singing at home. A 1, a 2, a 3. Oh, wa-re-a-re-o. Oba, oba, oba. Oh, wa-re-a-re-o. Oba, oba, oba. Mas que nada, sai da minha frente que eu quero passar. Pois o samba está animado, o que eu quero é sambar. Este samba que é misto de maracatu. É samba de freio veio, é samba de freio tudo. Mas que nada, o samba com esteiro legal. Você ainda vai querer que eu chegue no final. Oh, are-a-re-o. Oba, oba, oba. Oh, are-a-re-o. Oba, oba, oba.
All right.
Somebody said, are we having a party? Yes, we are.
We are. We're having an a cappella party.
I'm just going to check a little bit of exposure on our main camera now that it's sunny out.
Yes, it was raining before, and at a certain point it felt like there was just one cloud over our house alone with the rain falling, and it was kind of a little sad moment, but also very beautiful and very wistful. I see we have a lot of our usual suspects here, our folks from the Netherlands and from Germany, and people who are a little closer to home. Larry Folk is here, Debbie Fleming is here, Celia is here. Let's see, who else? John Hodges from Tyler, Texas.
Hey, right
yes,
on.
I've been meaning to acknowledge that we have some of our Sing Texas friends here, which is amazing.
Over in the Netherlands, we've got Anne-Marie and Mera Maltens watching.
Fantastic.
Great to see you both.
Welcome, welcome. That's wonderful.
All right, and we're going to move on to another live piece. This is something that we've been doing for a little while, and it's fascinating how relevant this song has become, especially in the last week or so. This song was written in 1971, and of course there were big riots in 1968 in the United States, and it took a long time for the after effects of those to happen. And during that time, and just slightly afterwards, Marvin Gaye wrote an entire album in about 6 weeks, and he called the album What's Going On, and that's the name of the title track from that. And that's what we'd like to sing for you today. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer. Only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some understanding here today. Painted lines, brother, and picket signs, brother. Don't punish me, brother, with brutality, brother. Oh, talk to me, brother, and we can see, brother. Oh, what's going on?
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 Right on. Well, but who are they to judge us? Simply 'cause our hair is long. You know we've got to find a way to bring some understanding here today. Sing with us, painted lines,
sister,
and picket signs.
sister,
don't punish me
sister,
with brutality.
sister,
oh, talk to me,
sister,
and we can see
sister,
oh, what's going on,
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 what's going on.
What's going on?
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 We would like to know what's going on. That's for certain. And my ears keep falling out. Just give me a moment.
All
here.
right, Suba's going to take a moment, get that together. And while we're doing that, a little bit of housekeeping for you. For those of you who are just joining us, either on Facebook or YouTube, please write a little comment in the columns. We'd love to keep track of who is watching us. We seem to have an audience from all over the world, everywhere from Europe, the Netherlands, the UK, Australia. We've had a couple of people from Asia tuning in. It's really exciting for us because it's finally our chance to connect with you. Even though we can't do it in person, we're so happy to do it even virtually. We were going to do this once every couple of weeks, and we realized we needed this as much as people need to connect, even if it's virtually. So we're glad to do this with you. And we're really excited for this next the next piece. This piece was actually requested independently by two different regular viewers, one of whom is John Wilson in Ottawa, and the other one is Bob Brown, who saw us for the first time in New York City.
Right.
And tell us a little bit about what we're going to do here. This is a brand new world premiere arrangement that we just got finished the night before last, right?
That's right. That's right. And then we practiced a little bit yesterday to make sure it was intact enough. So this is the world premiere of a very, very beautiful Beach Boys tune, which normally clocks in, I think, at
2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes, if that. This one's a little bit longer. We decided to be a little bit indulgent in it in a harmonic way, which we absolutely love. Very, very beautiful song, beautiful lyrics as well. And if you know it, if you know any of the harmonies, the more typical harmonies that come up, we encourage you to sing it loud, sing it proud.
All right. Here we go. World premiere of God Only Knows. I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you'll never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, well, life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me?
God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. Do 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 God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, well, life would still go on, believe me. The world would show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. 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 God what I'd be without. God only knows what I. God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what I. God only knows. God only knows. God only knows. God only knows what I. God only if you should ever leave me, well, life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you.
And there you have it, the world premiere of our arrangement of God Only Knows. We want to thank John and Bob for both suggesting that one. These weeks and these requests are really helping us to gain new insight and new inspiration from so many different songs and different artists from all over the world, and we're very happy to oblige in whatever way we can. So thanks again, Bob and John, for that one.
Thank you both. And we're going to throw this out there. If anybody has any particular songs they'd like to hear, we cannot guarantee that we will perform everything, but we would love to get some ideas of what songs you would love to hear. And those might end up being a cappella. They might end up being, if you have seen other shows, sometimes we add some instruments, pianos, guitars, basses, percussion.
Mm-hmm.
So just throw it out there and let's see what happens.
Larry said, "Good thing you asked us to sing along." I know, we're being A little bit cheeky there. It's a challenging one, and of course we've moved the form around a lot. And for those of you who are interested in live looping, that's actually a way that you can get around some of the challenges of live looping and some of the redundancy that can occur there, or the sort of monotony of it. And so if you switch the form around, you might be able to switch up the harmonic possibilities as well as we did there. So we're going to give you something that also has a bit of a well, it's from the classical genre, and I feel like our arrangement of God Only Knows is a little bit more towards that choral side of things, and so this kind of follows suit nicely. This is a tune that we brought together. We brought the arrangement together for the Sing Festival. For those of you who don't know, we're the co-artistic directors of Sing, the Toronto Vocal Arts Festival, the only exclusively a cappella festival in Canada. And we would have just finished our festival, actually, just a few days ago. But alas, here we are in the middle of a pandemic. And we are moving towards the fall. So go to singtoronto.com to find out more about that and to stay updated on any developments there. So this next tune, we ended up being part of a show where we had to jazz up some classical music. And we're both piano players, and we grew up with this particular tune by Edvard Grieg. And it's normally a very large orchestral work brought to you with just two voices. And it's a very abbreviated version. Normally it's an orchestra and a ballet. And so we're giving you the very, very concise version of the jazzed up Anitra's dance.
And less dancing.
A lot less dancing. But you're welcome to.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Dum do do dum do do dum do do dum do do ba dum do do dum do do dum do do dum do do ba do ba do ba do ba do ba do 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 ba do 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 dum dum do ba do 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 ba do do ba do 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 ba do bum 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 do ba 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 do bum do do ba do ba do ba do ba do do ba do 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 ba do do ba do do ba do do ba do bum 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 ba do 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 bum dwe ba do ba de ba do ba de dum 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 ba do 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 dwe do ba de do ba de dum dum do 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 ba 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 do 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 dum do do dum do 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 ba do ba do ba do ba do 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 ba do 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 ba do ba do ba do ba do 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 ba do 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 ba 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 A little swinging Grieg there for you. Grieg. When we were touring in Australia, you know, we often ask people, we take little informal polls and we say, so how many of you are fans of classical music? You know, because if they walk into a FreePlay show, they're not necessarily expecting that. And, you know, some people put up their hands. Oh, who's a fan of Bach? Oh, yeah, quite a few people. Who's a fan of Grieg? Yeah!
honestly, Grieg is apparently a rock star in Australia. We're not entirely sure why, but more power to him, right?
Point of order, Ollie Griffiths just joined us. Ollie, I hope you're going to stick around for a little bit. We saw that you were watching Ross Lynd's concert. For those of you who know Ross Lynd, he is a former member of Cadence, a wonderful, wonderful musician, and he does a weekly live stream before ours, 1 p.m. in Toronto time. I think that's 6 p.m. in the UK, and is that right? 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. and then 7 p.m. the rest of the year. Math skills. Oh, math skills are so and calendar skills. I cannot keep track of what day it is.
Oh my gosh.
The only reason we do this so we can remember what day of the week it is.
Exactly. FreePlay line at 4.
FreePlay something at 4.
That's right. Exactly.
All right, so we've got actually a second world premiere for you.
Yes.
This has been a very fun and creative week. And Suba, where did we come up with the idea of doing this to?
This is one of my bright ideas, if I can say that. And actually, it's been a long, long time coming. I see that Uli is here from Uli and Helga are here from Germany, and this one actually applies to you. It goes back to the first time we met, which I think was 2006.
For you guys, 2005 for me.
Oh yes, when you were in Cadence. So one of the members of Uli's choir is Bruno, and Bruno and I ended up bonding over this particular Toto album called Absolutely Live. And I haven't stopped thinking about this song and this arrangement that's been swimming in my head for the longest time. And it finally saw the light of day this week. So this one I'm going to send out to you, Uli and Helga. Please pass it along to Bruno, because he's very much the inspiration for this one.
All right. Sing along if you know this one. We haven't changed this one that much. You can make it
That's
through.
true. You can sing along.
I'm going to just go ahead and start that one again. With all the delay and everything.
All right.
I got my first note wrong.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm going to pretend I can hear it. We're all going to go wah, wah, and be sad trombones together. Ready? Here we go. And wah, wah.
Uli probably took a picture of that face, by the way, like he did a few weeks ago.
Boo.
And this is just a little reminder to you that this is 100% live.
What did I just say? Absolutely live, right?
And with looping stuff, if you get it live the first time, it's wrong forever. If you get it wrong the first time, it's wrong forever. So we're going to get it right this time. A little something like this. Here we go. I start on that note. Dum, 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 dum. 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 Dum, 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 It's not just situation, I just need contemplation over you. I'm not so systematic, it's just that I'm an addict for your love. I'm not the only one that holds you, never ever should have told you you're my only girl. I'm not the only one that holds you, never ever should have told you you're my only world.
Your only world.
Just think how long I've known you, too long for me to hold you like a key. It's really not confusing, I'm just a young illusion, can't you see? Never only one that holds you. Never ever should have told you you're my only girl.
I am your only girl.
Not the only one that holds you. Never ever should have told you you're my only world.
I'm your only world. Georgia, Georgia, pudding pie. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Georgia, Georgia, pudding pie. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Georgia, Georgia, pudding pie. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Ba ba da da ba 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 da. Ba ba da da ba 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 da. Ba ba da da ba 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 da. Ba ba da da ba 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 da. Georgia, Georgia, pudding pie. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Georgia, Georgia, pudding pie. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Georgia, Georgia, pudding pie. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them high. Georgia, kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Georgia, kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. A little Georgie Porgy for you there. And, oh, that's nice. Sarah says, got a new favorite. Oh, that's very sweet. Yeah, it's so fun and so slinky. I've loved that song pretty much all my life since I ever heard it.
Oh, it's awesome.
And one of my favorite sort of local musician stories I love to tell is when I was on tour with a very well-known and beautiful bass player, George Kohler. And we were, for some reason, we were talking about this tune. And if you know George, you know that he was both a little bit sad and a little bit wistful when I started saying, Georgie, Porgy, pudding pie, kiss the girls and made them cry. He stopped and he said, yes, I've kissed a few girls and I've made them cry. It was very sad. I thought, oh, I didn't mean to put you in a sad place. But it was hilarious. If you know George, you know that he was there in his very zen way, coming to terms with the fact that, yeah, this has happened to other people also named George.
Such is life.
Indeed.
A little bit of housekeeping as we go through our show. We are FreePlay. For those of you who are just tuning in, we are going to be doing this every week until we're allowed to go outside and play for you. So please stay tuned. The information is down at the bottom of the screen where you can find us. Don't forget, if you're listening, to make sure you're plugged into headphones, because we're trying to do everything with studio quality sound and our cameras and such. This is a pay what you can event, so if you can, we would love for you to help us out and keep this concert going. If not, just enjoy the show, because we're just glad to see you all.
Exactly. To see you.
Virtually see you all. Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, if you have anything that you want to hear, we are in a phase where we actually have the time to work up new repertoire.
Right.
I can't tell you the last time we worked up 2 pieces in a week.
I know, exactly. Yeah, we could get used to this in a very weird way, but there you have it. We're going to give you another sing-along tune. This one is super fun. We did this one, I think, 6 weeks ago. It's very odd to say that.
We've had this going for a while now.
Yeah, we're almost at, I think we've done 2 months of this now.
I see Donald Kwan out there. Hi, Donald. Stick around.
Hi, Donald. Wonderful. So this next tune is one that is Paul Simon meets South India. And so we give you me and Julio down by the schoolyard, and in the middle of it we have something called a koraipu, which is a rhythmic reduction in South India. I am the caller, and Dylan responds. I'm using the language of solkattu. I was just having a conversation with, an e-conversation with Mike about the world of solkattu and the language of solkattu, which is basically vocal percussion from South India, what I call ancient beatboxing. And Dylan will respond in kind with more contemporary drumming with his face. And your part goes a little something like this, if you will, please and thank you. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
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 All right. And I think I'm going to do the long version of this.
All right.
Okay.
It's going to go pretty fast. 1, 2, 3.
Mama pajama rolled out of bed and she went to the police station. Oh, when the papa found out, he began to shout and he started the investigation. It's against the law, was against the law. What the mama saw was against the law. Ooh, the mama looked down and she spit on the ground every time my name gets mentioned. And the papa said, "Oi, if I get that boy, I'm gonna stick him in the house of detention." Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. Taking my time cause I don't know where. Goodbye to Rosie, the queen of Corona. Here we go. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Tadingernatum, 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 ta. Ta titi tum tum nam nam ta tin ki na tum ta dingir na tum ta dingir na ta dingir na ta dingir na ta. Ta titi tum tum nam nam taka taka ta taka taka ta. Taka taka ta taka taka ta. Taka taka ta taka taka ta. Ta dingir na tum. Tadinginatum. 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 Tadinginata, 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 tadinginata. In a couple of days they come and take me away, so the press let the story leak. Then the radical priest come and get me released, and we was all on the cover of Newsweek. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. Taking my time cause I don't know where. Goodbye to Rosie, the queen of Corona. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Me and down by the schoolyard.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. All right. It's very sticky in our house here.
I haven't turned off the air conditioning, by the way. We said we would, but I haven't.
Right. Yeah, that's okay. We need it, apparently. So, I should also mention with that tune, that final, what's called a korvai, that final rhythmic reduction belongs to my father, Trichy Shankaran. So thanks, Dad. Thanks for that one. Lots of fun. And you're going to hear a little more music of the Indian persuasion a little bit later on. But now we're going to move to a beautiful, beautiful tune brought to you by a duo, starting with a duo of Joni Mitchell and Jaco Pastorius.
This is sort of a song that's all about duos. The musical meeting was a few of them. There was the song was actually about Lester Young, and who worked with Charlie Mingus, and Charlie Mingus wrote this song in memoriam. And the lyrics, written by Joni Mitchell, teaming up with Charlie Mingus, are about race relations. It's about Lester Young, who was African American, his wife, who was European American, and their struggles with that in the 1950s. And so we thought it might be appropriate to put that out there today as well. Fast forward to Joni and Jaco. Jaco being one of the greatest bass players in the world who performed with Joni. And then over to this bass and voice duo. We actually started this as electric bass and voice.
Oh, that's right.
And then we decided to do it on a gig that I didn't bring my bass to. And I just sang what I would play on the bass. And it worked out pretty well.
Oh, happy accidents, yes.
And we ended up putting it on our most recent album, Suba. Show them what the album looks like.
Sure. Here's what you could have.
This is our most recent album called Go Back Forward, and if you're interested in picking up a copy, today is the day to do it. This is distributed through a company called Bandcamp.
Oh, right.
Normally, Bandcamp, like Apple Music or any of those other people, takes a cut of whatever they sell, but on the first Friday of every month, and that's today, they are waiving their Bandcamp fees, which means that 100% of the money, instead of some of the money, goes back to the artists. It's very helpful. So if you're interested in buying one, today's the day to do it. This next song will be on that album.
Indeed. This is Goodbye Pork Pie Hat. When Charlie speaks of Lester, you know someone great has gone. The sweetest swinging music man had a Porky Pig hat on. A bright star in the dark age, when the bandstands had 1,000 ways of refusing a black man admission. Black musician. In those days they put him in an underdog position. Sellers and chitlins. When Lester took him a wife, arm in arm went black and white, and some saw red, and drove them from their hotel bed. Love is never easy. It's short of the hope we have for happiness. Bright and sweet, love is never easy street. Now we are black and white, embracing under the lunatic New York night. It's very unlikely we'll be driven out of town or be hung in a tree. That's unlikely. Tonight these crowds are happy and loud, and children are up dancing in the streets. In the sticky summery serenade of taxi horns and fun arcades, where right or wrong under neon, every feeling goes on for you and me. The sidewalk is a history book and a circus, dangerous clowns balancing dreadful and wonderful perceptions. They have been handed day by day, generations on down. We came up on the subway, on the music midnight makes, to Charlie's bass and Lester's saxophone in taxi horns and brakes. Now Charlie's down in Mexico with the healers, so the sidewalk leads us with music to two little dancers. They're dancing outside a black bar. There's a sign up on the awning. It says pork pie hat bar. And there's black babies dancing tonight.
The sidewalk is a history book. Wow, that line hit me a little harder today.
Just a couple of things. I noticed that Richard Leichsgang has joined us, or had joined us on Facebook. Richard, if you're there, we would love for you to put in the link for Black Forest Voices. Richard is one of the members of the committee for this wonderful a cappella festival out of Germany. Many of our European a cappella friends know about this festival. It is now going online this year due to the current situation, and we will be performing at it. It will actually be on Friday, 2 weeks from today. The timing is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Central European time, which is 2 to 4 p.m. for those of us in Toronto, which means it happens right before our usual Free Play Fridays at 4. So if you're in the mood for lots of a cappella and international a cappella, we would love for you to tune into that. And Richard, if you're still on Facebook watching this, please put in the link to Black Forest Voices so people can join us.
Absolutely. Well, believe it or not, we've come to that time. We're almost at time. We have about 7 minutes left, and that gives us time to give you one more tune. We're going to hopefully lift the spirits with this one. We know we've given you a few heavier pieces today, which really a lot of people have been commenting that so many of these songs are really, really timely, and I couldn't agree more. Just take some time for yourselves, take some time for the world, take some time to heal, take some time to connect with your community, and be safe and healthy and strong all the while. We're going to take you to Bollywood before we finish today's program.
Oh, guess what? I don't know if you're still there. Casey Sokol joined us.
Casey.
Hi, Casey.
Hi, Casey.
Casey is a mentor for both of us. We were both, we met as students at York University in Toronto. We were both in the music department. And I'd say for both of us, our favorite prof while we were there was Casey Sokol.
Absolutely.
Wonderful, wonderful teacher of improvisation and just a man so full of ideas. He never stops having brilliant ideas.
It's really true.
Very inspiring. So I hope you're still there, Casey.
Yes.
We love you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to move over to Bollywood now, and I know that we have a lot of usual suspects, and I always give this introduction mostly because I really think it's true. I really firmly believe this. The world of Bollywood. Bollywood is Bombay plus Hollywood, and it is the largest film industry in the world. And so they're churning out movie after movie, and each movie has about the duration, the length of about 3 to 4 hours. So it's a real true commitment if you're going to check out an authentic Bollywood movie. The reason for this is that each movie has about 15 or 16 song and dance numbers. And here's the thing, those song and dance numbers have nearly nothing to do with advancing the plot of the movie. It's there as a bit of what we call in South India, a little bit of time pass. So a little bit of time is passing when we hear those song and dance numbers. And it's basically a time to be transported and a time to embrace the melodrama that is so much a part of Bollywood. And often these songs are about love, falling in love, falling out of love, being angry with that person who's in love with that person because you're in love with that person, etc., etc. Oi. Yay, the drama. Okay, so this is a song called Chaya Chaya from the 1996 film Dil Se by A.R. Rahman. The music is by A.R. Rahman. And this song means, come, let us walk in the shade. जिनके सरहा इश्क की छाँव पाँव के नीचे जन्नत होगी जिनके सरहा इश्क की छाँव
Challa chaya 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 challa chaya 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 challa chaya chaya chaya
चल जैया 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 चल जैया 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 चल जैया जैया जैया
सारे इश्क की जाऊं चल चैया चैया सारे इश्क की जाऊं चल चैया पाँव चलत चले चल चैया चैया पाँव चलत चले चल चैया
चल जैया 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 चल जैया 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 चल जैया जैया जैया
वो यार है जो खुशबू की तरह जिसकी जुबान और रूह की तरह मेरे शाम रात मेरे कायनात वो यार मेरा सया सया
चल जैया 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 चल जैया 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 चल जैया जैया जैया
वो यार है जो खुशबू की तरह जिसकी जुबान और रूह की तरह मेरे शाम रात मेरे कायनात वो यार मेरा सया सया चल जैया 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 चल जैया 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 चल जैया 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 सारे इश्क की जाऊं चल जैया जैया सारे इश्क की जाऊं चल जैया पाँव चलत चले चल जैया जैया पाँव चलत चले चल जैया चल जैया 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 चल जैया 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 चल जैया 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 चल जैया 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 चल जैया 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 चल जैया 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 चल जैया 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 चल जैया जैया Jaya.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, for listening again, tuning in again for another week. We will be here every week until we're allowed to go outside. This is Suba Shankran.
This is Dylan Bell.
We are FreePlay. The information to find us, freeplayduo.com or youtube.com/c/freeplayduo. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you in a week's time.
Indeed. Thank you.